I'm making $9.62 an
I
hour.
worked there for 3 years and still making $9 an hour.
$9.62. I'm the liquor clerk in the liquor
I work as
department.
a hostess.
I'm the one that stocks the shelves, talks
You
to
know,
guests.
pretty much make the food for you
I'm a
guys.
delivery guy.
I do food samples in Casco. And when I get my paycheck, it makes me really happy because I earn it with my hands.
In the U.S., the national minimum wage started with Franklin Roosevelt in the midst of the Great Depression in the late 1930s, so that low-wage workers could support themselves and their families. And then when Ronald Reagan was elected president, he vetoed minimum wage increases, and from 1981 until 1990, the minimum wage stayed constant at $3.35 an hour. Because we had inflation in those years, it eroded the purchasing power of the minimum wage, and the value of the minimum wage fell by over 20% in that period. We still haven't recovered the value that was lost. And what fair minimum wage is continues to generate lively debate.
And we're back out here live. They're blocking the road so the traffic can't get through. Seattle's mayor sent out several tweets of support today, including one that said, "I support fast food workers' organizing effort because they deserve a living wage."
We did a strike, and we actually went on site and told them we need more money. There's some people who actually walked out of the store while we showed up on strike. It was really exhilarating for me.
What was exciting was just to know that, you know what, this is right. This is the right thing to do. This should have been done a long time ago.
The entry levels, as nicely as I can put it, is basically the crap job. $15 an hour will have a huge impact.
It is incumbent on Seattle's leadership to vote for the interests of workers. Globally, you see the number of billionaires increasing, but poverty is also increasing and magnifying. When workers walked out in Manhattan in 2012, the demand for 15 really blossomed all the way on the other side of the continent in Seattle.
There is economic inequality, and it's a byproduct of our free market system. But unfortunately, the more you do to fix that inequality, the more you put at risk the potential for economic growth. By raising the minimum wage, you're actually disincentivizing fast food companies and any business to do more than what they already do.
Last year, our bakery had just a little over 35,000 labor hours. So we would have to bring in an extra $45,000 worth of revenue and or cut costs for every year for the next 10 years based on an increase to $15 an hour. That's a pretty heavy burden to bear on a small business. It's going to end up resulting in an increase in prices and the potential cutback in labor or service hours or product offering. Something has to give.
I have 6 ice cream shops in Seattle. I do see my bank account declining over the next few years, but I would rather that than feeling like my employees might need to go to a food bank.
You know, I get a pension from the Navy, but with the price of food, rent, and clothing, it's not enough.
We've got to figure out how to get more money in the hands of our people. You know, we've got to move minimum wage up, but at $15 an hour, you just won't be able to hire inexperienced people and spend the money on developing their skills. You better have people that can hit the ground running.
The $15 minimum wage movement is a little bit ridiculous. I know that I definitely don't deserve $15 an hour seating people or serving them drinks and such.
I look at the purpose of a minimum wage as an opportunity for anyone to learn, grow, then move on.
If you're a dishwasher or a server at McDonald's, is your rental price any different? Do you get to go to your landlord and tell him or her, well, you know, I'm an entry-level worker, so you're an entry-level landlord. Can you wait for 6 years before I can pay your rent? No, it doesn't work like that.
I just focus every day on getting money for the kids, you know? And so every day is just that.
I was unemployed for nearly 2 years before the unemployment ran out. I was applying left and right, anything I could find. I'm doing what I have to do, but at this age, it's scary to think that I'm 54. In another 10 years, I'll be like at retirement age and I have no savings left. That was all obliterated.
I believe people needed to be walked up right to the cliff to look over and see that we would basically end up in a mini class war in this city if we weren't able to find a way to compromise.
Licata?
Aye.
O'Brien?
Aye.
Sawant?
Aye.
The nation's highest minimum wage is coming to Seattle. The Seattle City Council voted unanimously on Monday to gradually raise the minimum wage over several years to $15 an hour.
9 in favor, none opposed.
You move that wealth back to the economy, and people go out and they buy a microwave or a TV set, or they send their kid to school for higher education. Those things stimulate an economy.
Yo todavía tengo mi sueño de progresar, ayudarle a ella con sus hijos, ayudarle a sacar los niños adelante. En el futuro, si Dios me ayuda con más trabajo o que me paguen más, trataría de comprar una casa más grande para mi familia. Ese es mi sueño.
My out-of-reach dream would be able to pay off all my mom's debt, buy her a new house, and just completely take care of her for the rest of her life.
Have my own restaurant, maybe.
Do you think realistically that you can achieve that?
No. No, I don't. I'm gonna try to do my best I can for my son, so he can get a better job. Yeah.
You have a terrible headache and you're experiencing visual disturbances.
Let's run a chem lab, urinalysis.
Functional MRI and a PET scan.
I don't want to die. Oh, we'll try not to let you die, but